Morning. It's Friday morning. The past couple of days I've been concentrating on cookery, editing, all of that, so I haven't done any vlogging. This morning, it's another lovely day, beautiful weather with a little bit of a breeze, but I've done my hand washing. That's all done some whites, and they're outside on the patio, hopefully not getting pooed on by birds, but what I have just seen on the patio while I was eating my breakfast was a hummingbird moth, massive, on the geraniums. Clearly I didn't get any footage because I'd be showing it to you. But yeah, couldn't quite believe it. Just came along, buzzed around the geraniums, licked some nectar and flew off. So I was really like, wow, amazing. But the focus for this morning is doing that job that I was talking about in last week's vlog, swapping the middle room and the dining room over. It's quite a big job. I don't really want to do it, but I do want to do it. And if I keep putting it off, it'll never happen. I'm going to get on with it. I'm just going to do it without thinking. Paul is here and he's going to help me. Paul! I said we were going to do some work and you've started blanching beans.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, because those beans need to be blanched before they go yucky. Look at that lovely, lovely harvest of beans.
And there's another one.
And what are you going to do with them once you blanch them, Paul?
We're going to have a Vivi mixed bean salad at some point, and then they're going to be frozen as well.
So some are going to go in a salad, some are going to be frozen.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I am going to get on with starting this room swap.
We've got to keep the screws.
Definitely going to need some soap to put these back in. As I remember last time, they were difficult. I think they were slightly in the wrong position last time. Up over to the river. So if you can pass me another screw.
Are you going to do this one of these?
No, because if we haven't got this lined...
That's what I mean.
Oh, no. That went in beautifully. I need to lift it slightly, just slightly. That's it. Yay! Woohoo! We did it! That was really easy.
Yes, on one of the hottest days of the year.
On one of the hottest days of the year, and actually it's much more stable than it was last time we moved it, because last time we moved it I think I was probably doing it in a hurry.
On his own.
Probably.
You did, because I came back from the allotment
Yeah.
and everything had moved.
And the screws wouldn't go in properly, but this time, absolute beauty. It's just gone straight in with a little bit of help from the soap. So, just got the rest of it to do now. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Are we going to put that one back in?
Oh, yeah. So this is the extender.
Where's the soap?
The soap is on there. Yeah, this sits in the middle if you want to have it as a large table. It's very old, it's French. And I think it's, like I said before...
1905, isn't it?
No. This is Art Deco 1930s style. 1930s, 1940s, something like that. Okay. Let's just move it a little bit to just get it loosened.
Yeah.
It's a little better. Goes in the other way, doesn't it? Yeah. That's it. Perfect. I'm hot now. So, there's a couple of other things that, well, several million things that need to happen now. That bench needs to go where the leather is. This sofa and that footstool, the big grey square, they need to go in there. The leather is going to go here, yeah, and then the bench will go over here. Okay, okay. Can I just have that hand? Only because I need it lifting because there's a nail. Yeah. That's fine. Thank you. Lovely.
What?
Nothing. For the fireplace, this is a chimney breast. It's a block top fireplace. It's been block top since we moved in. Before we moved in. Gets very dirty down here. It's amazing. But yes, these are the original Victorian tiles. And it will remain hidden again because the leather chair is going to go here.
Should I heat up coffee?
Yeah. So that's most of the work, the big work, done. Now I'm just sort of moving things around and seeing how things look. Done a little bit of clearing out of this bowl of doom. I've got bits and pieces everywhere, so I'm just going to get on with styling the room and sorting it out how I want it to be, and then I will show you the finished result. Fully illuminated just to show it off. I don't normally have all these lights on at all. I wouldn't dream of using this amount of electricity unless it was something like Christmas Day. And there's the bench, which is a beautiful bench. It really is. And obviously that would be pushed up to the table if need be. I love the way all the different tones of wood marry together, because this table is an antique. But the chairs aren't antique. We bought those from a store. They are oak. They're very heavy. This is a nice area to sit and read on this comfy leather chair, which needs some attention actually. That's a job I've got to do. And I also have to sort this shelf out as well. It's full of rubbish. I've swapped a few ornaments around. I've changed where the clock was, and the cat sculptures, Brimstone and Treacle, which are there by an artist called Govinda. And this crazy piece of art, which is a Guernsey artist. It's called Still Life with Cucumber, with a couple of startled looking parrots. But I love the colours. It's vibrant. So that's it. That's the newly styled dining room. I mean, we've had it like this before. It's not a new thing, but it's been a while. Let's have a look at the new snug, which I love actually. I really like this room. Very comfortable, cosy, ruggable rug. So for those of you who don't know what ruggable are, they're man-made fibres. They won't get eaten by moths. And they're very, very thin, so they'll go in a washing machine should they need to be cleaned. This is a vintage habitat. And that That piece over there is the footstool. They're designed to go together, but obviously not in this room. There isn't enough space to have them together, so I've separated them. And this is a sort of little cosy corner. So yeah, really, really pleased. It was worth the work. It's like having 2 new rooms. See you later. Morning, Sunday morning. It's about, I don't know, 7:30. I've been up since 6, and I'm sitting in the snug, enjoying the morning light. It's a lot fresher. The past couple of days, the weather has really changed. Much cooler, much fresher. The humidity has gone, and it's feeling quite pleasant. Pleasant August weather. And it's quite breezy. So we've had windows open. We've sat in here of an evening, deciding not to watch TV until later, and just watching the light fade and the solar lights come on, which is quite fun. So today, I think I'm potentially going to do a little bit of gardening. I actually did some gardening last night, Saturday night. I ended up in the afternoon having a really too long a sleep because I was feeling really shattered. I was up very early. And I lay in here on this sofa and had a 2-hour nap, and then woke up and thought I intended on doing a bit of gardening. That didn't happen. So I went out there and started just trimming a few things, pulling a few weeds, assessing my poor weed-filled lawn. Well, it's not really a lawn, it's a path. And then we ate, and in the dining room. And then I went out there again and did a little bit more. I'd like to continue today with that. Also, another job I've noticed is the windows really need a clean, especially upstairs. I think there's been some kind of dust in the air. And I think the last rain that we had that dust within it, because it has left a sort of raindrop haze on the windows. So I need to pay attention to that, get those windows cleaned upstairs. So there's a few jobs on my list of things to do. Hopefully tomorrow, Becco will turn up to do the washing machine repair, and I can finally catch up on doing things like towels and bedding. We're not overrun with either. I need to sort of do a little bit of catch up because I'm not hand washing towels and I'm not hand washing sheets. I'm not doing it. No, I draw the line at that. It's going to be a busy day, I think. I'd also like to continue doing music because I'm working on a couple of pieces at the moment. I've been trying to keep it up, keep it regular. Also to re-engage with my own enthusiasm for that. It's a very time-consuming thing to do. And I don't have the time to consume these days. I don't have the time to spend 5 or 6 hours doing a piece of music because I've got so many other things to do. Let me just show you my view. You can tell the season's changing. The light is a lot more mellow than it was. I'm also really pleased with this fuchsia just here. Really pleased with that. It's very sweet. So I'm going to get on with my day. I'll see you later. Morning. Morning. Just having my coffee. It is just gone 10. And it's Monday. So up early. I was awake at about 5:30. Got up because on a Monday it's our waste collections. And they alternate. So one week is recycling the blue bin, and then the next week is green waste, the green bin, and rubbish, general rubbish for landfill, which is the black bin, which usually we don't have much of, to be honest. It's usually one small bag. It depends on whether I've been doing any clearing out of stuff and there are things that can only go in there, which is not that often, but it does occasionally happen. I'm trying to think of any examples. Things that are maybe broken that can't be repaired. Yeah, I don't know. Just bits and pieces occasionally of just things. And of course, I'm going to hold my hands up. I do occasionally go, oh God, that can't be recycled. Well, it's got to go in the bin. And I chuck it in the bin. I do occasionally do that. I try not to, but sometimes it's difficult. So it's been a busy morning so far. So in order to get the green waste and the black bin out, we have to move the car. And we usually do it together. Paul moves the car, I get the bins out. And I can hear they've just been collected. I heard the sound of the truck. But since getting up this morning, I've been doing some housework. So what have I done so far? Cleaned the shower room, the bathroom, the downstairs loo. I've pulled everything out in the kitchen from all the surfaces, moved stuff, put stuff back, because it was getting a little bit cluttered with stuff, like it does, and everything needed a pull out and a wipe underneath and behind and, on top of things and all of that. Good wipe down and a good tidy up. So that has brought me to this point where I'm having my coffee break. And the next thing on the list is to change the bedding. And I have to confess, I've been partially changing bedding. So I've been doing the sheet, but the duvet cover has been on for like 3 weeks, maybe more. We hardly use the duvet cover in the summer. Very often I've got a sarong thrown over me. It's just been so warm, we've not needed the duvet. But the weather has turned, and last night we had the duvet on and a little cover. But it needs changing. It's disgusting, filthy. It's not really. We're not dirty people. I've said this before, but you know me from watching my vlogs. It's normally a weekly change. I've only allowed this to happen because of the washing machine situation. But the engineer comes today. It's been a month since he came last. It was the 18th of July when he came. And is it the 18th today? Yes, it is. It's the 18th today. It's a month. So I've coped fine with it, mainly because of the hot weather that we've had. If it had been the middle of winter, I'd have been down at my friend's house doing washes in her machine. He's coming, I think it's scheduled, you get a text. It was scheduled between 12 and 4, but it says that the estimated time of arrival is 12:40 to 14:40. So last time he came early, so maybe he'll come early this time. Weather today is dull, although we've had the sun peep through a couple of times. So really, once I've done the bedding, I would really like to get out and clip the lawn and continue getting rid of the weeds that I was doing on Saturday night. Last night we went over to our said friend down the road for dinner. She did some roasted courgettes, some veggie burgers, potatoes, carrot salad. We took a tomato salad, and I made a little cake as well, a little chocolate cake. Just one layer, with some chocolate icing on. Full sugar, full fat, full gluten. and it was lovely. We had that with coffee, and we sat out in the garden, enjoyed the remainder of the sun. And then, of course, as soon as the sun dipped below the horizon, the temperature dropped quite dramatically. So we came home. All is good. All is good. I am hopeful for today's fix. I hope it's the same engineer because he was really pleasant. I am hopeful that I can just get on and get my jobs done and then do a load of bloody washing and get that sorted. I'm not too behind because, as you know, I've been doing hand washing. So it's not too bad. It's not as though I've got piles and piles of things, but I would like to get the bedding done. A pleasant morning so far. Working, housework, that's what I like. I've decided to pay attention to another job that needs doing, and which is the clearing out of the fire. So I was really lazy at the change of season. I didn't bother to clean out the remaining ashes from the winter. So I'm doing it now. I've just given it a brush out. And any remaining little old coals I leave as a little bed for the next fire, which hopefully won't be for a long time. Yeah, I hope we don't get cold weather, but sometimes you can have a cold snap in the autumn, I've noticed. It's a baking tray. I've got the air filter on, if you can hear that noise, just to suck up any excess dust. Then I just need to get in with my brush. I would lift this out, but it's really heavy. To think during the cost of living crisis I did this every day. Virtually every day. Okay. That will do. So I've got one wet cloth and one dry cloth. Let's give it a good wipe. Give everything else a wipe that's in the area. This is my little frankincense burner. It's really cute. I love frankincense. Don't do it very often, but it's really good for calming anxiety. When we've had periods where we felt very anxious about, maybe about our animals, about when we had the cats and they were poorly, whenever we were waiting for news, I would, let's pop that there for a minute. I would burn frankincense because it helps to calm the mind. It really works. I don't know how. I always keep a few little bits of wood for fire lighting. My electric doodah needs a charge. Lighter. My old bellows, which are broken, they need repairing, but that's not going to happen. I just love them. They're just really an ornament. I'll go there for the minute. Now I've got most of the bits from here. I'll just go in here and just give this a little wipe just to pick up the excess dust. And just go over this bit again. Could do with a repaint. Great, perfect. So I just dusted my blinds as well. That's a job done. What's the temperature? Because it's feeling very humid actually. 22 outside, 20 inside, 60% humidity, 11:24. So it is quite humid, and you don't really notice it when you're sat down doing quiet things like editing and stuff like that. But what I've just done is moved a few things out of the way in preparation for the engineer. So I popped our recycling boxes and the microwave. I've taken that out of the utility room, moved my sweeper and my shark and my bucket. He's got a nice clear workspace to work on the machine. So it's all dusted and ready for him to do what he needs to do. What he actually does is pull it out and bring it round, and then he works over there at the back of it. All in all, it's been quite a busy morning. It's a lot of housework, and that was my sort of aim when I got up this morning. I thought, no, it's a housework day today. Get all these little jobs that you've been meaning to do done and sorted. Well, look everybody, the washing machine has been repaired, and I'm doing my usual thing, watching it just to make sure everything's okay. I do hope that it continues to perform as it should. The engineer was really polite. It was the same engineer, which was really good. Good continuity from the company. So I was pleased with that. He was very helpful. I said to him, isn't it crazy that you couldn't get the part? And he said, I know, I can't offer any explanation. And I wouldn't expect him to. They're not spokespeople. They're not allowed to be spokespeople, They can't really comment on things like that. They probably don't know. But yeah, very polite, very helpful, very efficient, very quick. Yeah. So let's hope that this motor lasts a little bit longer than the last one did. Bedding. That's the next job to do. Paul's gone down to the plot. So I'm just going to get this done. So we've got fresh bedding this evening. Let's go upstairs. And I've got a shed load of washing to put away. This is all the hand washing I was doing. And those, I don't know whether you can see those, I've got piles of blankets and throws ready for winter. Right. It's Tuesday and it's just gone midday. I'm in the kitchen and I'm in the middle of doing two things in the kitchen. First of all, I've got all the ingredients ready to make a scarpaccia because I've just had a hankering for it. It was so good. Just unbelievably good. If you haven't seen that recipe, have a little look because it's just so tasty. It's an essential now as far as I'm concerned. When the courgettes come, scarpaccia has to be made. I've got all my ingredients hiding under tea towels at the moment. So I don't know whether you remember, but grated courgette and potato, sliced courgette and potato, weighted down and salted, onion, flour, rosemary, oil and black pepper and polenta. So I've got another half an hour or so. I can see plenty of moisture coming out of that one. So that's all ready to go when those are ready, when the moisture has fully come out. So I'm looking forward to that. And the other thing I'm doing this afternoon, after I've done the scarpaccia, is a sponge pudding, which is going to be for Tuesday's cookery video. And what I'm using, some of you may have seen this video by now, but I'm using dried fruit. I'm going to make a dried fruit compote with a sponge pudding, well, a sponge top. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a new recipe for me. Not doing a sponge cake, but stewing dried fruit is new to me. So yeah, we've got loads of this. Paul bought a load because he loves dried fruit with his breakfast, usually stewed. So that's what I'm doing today. So once I've cooked stuff, I will show you the results. So there's my scarpaccia ready to go into the oven. Can't wait. We're going to have this for lunch. And there it is, fresh out of the oven, looking delightfully golden and crisp. Yum. It's cool and breezy out there this morning. Scarf, scarf and cardigan. So it's Wednesday morning. I'm feeling a little tired. Didn't sleep too good. Kept tossing and turning. And yesterday I had a visual migraine. I don't get them very often. And it's been probably about 4 years, I think, since the last one. I'm not sure what triggered it. But it sort of had me out of action for probably a couple of hours because I had some editing to do, so I had to wait for it to subside before I could do that. Pardon me, I'm a bit bunged up this morning as well. I get the sort of what I call sparkly rainbow, which goes across my vision and then very often goes back again. Takes about 40 minutes to subside, but this one kind of disappeared and then came back and then moved away pretty sharpishly, and I was able to continue with my editing. But I think today I'm going to have a day away from screens, the phone, just let it all calm down. I've got a slight headache this morning, but nothing to write home about. So I think today I've got a list of things I'd like to achieve. I probably won't get them all done, but I will conclude the vlog for this week. And if I do any jobs of any interest that I think you might enjoy, I shall take you along. They're all pretty boring things like washing windows and sweeping the porch. stuff like that. Yeah, but it is remarkably cooler. It really is. And I think it's due to a high pressure system off Scotland, which is funneling cool air down the country. So, yeah, I don't mind. It's fine. I'm happy to put a scarf on. But I wasn't expecting to be wearing a scarf this early. No. Anywho, thanks very much for watching. And I shall see you. When will I see you next? On Friday for the live show. Take care. Thanks for your support. Bye for now.